Good morning and welcome to America's Home Cooking. Somebody had said when I did a live that they would very much like to know how to make basic things, I guess like yogurt, brown sugars and stuff. So I'm going to repeat this video just because I've done it like over 2,500 videos ago, how to make your yogurt. You need buttermilk. You need 3.5 cups of milk in a saucepan. Let me put my milk up. I'll be right back. Now in a quart jar, mason, which means canning jar, you're going to put 1/2 cup of buttermilk. Now you'll have to buy buttermilk at least once, and that's where you're going to get your buttermilk from. Once you buy it, you can keep it going very carefully. It does get stronger, and you'll notice that when you drink it, if you're a buttermilk drinker, you will notice that it gets a lot of cultures in your intestines, which means you go to the bathroom a little more freely. Okay, so you're going to add 1/2 cup of buttermilk. I bought my buttermilk a year ago, 1.5 years ago, because by accident I killed it by not making buttermilk for a time frame, and it finally went bad. And you take that 1/2 cup and you pour it into your jar. Now we're going to take care. Please, please, please. No, no. My cat's having a conversation with me, so I have it here, right here, that 1/2 cup of buttermilk. Let's move over to the stove. Now, the object is you do not wish to overheat this, or you will kill the cultures of the buttermilk. This is where you have to be careful. Put it on this burner for you guys to see. Now the only thing you're going to do is take the chill off of this. It doesn't take long. Where's that little spoon? So I'll use this one. You stir it, because if you do not stir it, it's going to be hot on the bottom, cold on the top, and you're not going to be able to get your cultures to go. So it's very important that you do stir this and you keep testing it. As soon as the chill is off, it's at the temperature it has to be, or if it has a very slight chill, you can at that point pour it into your buttermilk, and then we'll do what we have to do, and then we'll talk about how long it takes this buttermilk to do what it has to do to get this milk into buttermilk. So as I'm stirring this, I'm going to be sticking my finger in it and I'm feeling for the temperature of it. That's all I'm going to be doing. There's no actual number you can give, but it's just that if it has a very slight chill or it's just body, you've got it. Do not get it warm. If you get it warm above your body, it's not going to take. Okay, I'm still getting it up there. Now, buttermilk can take up to 3 days if it's cold in your home. Like in winter, I have to leave my buttermilk about 24 hours, but you can leave it there up to 72 hours to turn into buttermilk once we set it. So don't worry. In the summer, watch it like a clock. I mean that. In 4 hours, you could end up with buttermilk very fast. If it's hot in your kitchen, it will turn to buttermilk very fast, and then if you don't get to it, it will go sour, and that's not what you want. So see, I haven't bought buttermilk in a long time. That's it. That's all it takes. Now, what we're going to do next. I know a lot of you have already seen this. That's fine. There's some people, she asked me, I'm going to show her, so when I make my salt and I make my brown sugars and confectionery sugars and stuff, I will sit there and show. And pour it into this buttermilk that we put in this jar. Okay, now you see I've got a slight air section there. We're going to need that. Put the lid on it, and we're going to shake. At least a good minute, maybe 2, but you're going to give it, come on, don't tilt. You're going to be shaking this. What you're doing is activating it, mixing it up with the milk, and it'll get growing. Now, as you use the buttermilk and you don't buy it anymore, and you keep replacing it and, you know, bringing it up every time you start to run out of your buttermilk that you've made, you'll notice that it gets much stronger in flavor. So it's not watery or anything. It has a really good flavor. So when you use it in the biscuits, you get that real flavor that you're looking for. I'm really enjoying the buttermilk biscuits more since I've done this. I had to wait about, almost a year, and I got really good flavor with it. But buttermilk is very good to drink. It replaces your cultures. And like I said, you will go to the bathroom a lot easier. Sorry, we have to keep on shaking. There's nothing we can do. Now you're going to need a couple of towels. And you're going to put it in a warm spot. Even if it's warm and it's winter, it might not be warm enough. And like I said, it can take up to 72 hours for it to turn into buttermilk. I'm going to put mine in my alcove and leave it there. I'll be cooking today, so I know the kitchen will be, but I won't even bother checking it till tomorrow morning because my kitchen is already slightly cool because autumn has really set in. We're having 40s and low 50-degree temperatures. But you give this a good shake. As you can see, I'm still shaking. Nothing more I can do but shake. Dun, 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 dun. I should be much more serious on this. I see so many people doing the YouTubes and they're so serious. And I said, I'm not. I'm serious about reading the recipe, arguing with the recipe, though nobody's there arguing with me. I said, I'm not going to do that. That doesn't make sense. All right, the next thing you're going to do before I set it to the side is you're going to open this. All right, now you just set that lid on and set it like that because this is going to have gas and the gas is going to have to leave. You can't keep the jar closed like that. Now I'm going to put it in the alcove. Let me go get the towels and I'll wrap it. Heavy towels. Now you're going to cover this up. You see it sitting there? My little alcove. Now that's what you're going to do. You don't have to look at it. You don't have to do anything with it. On a hot day, you have to keep a check on it. I would check it every 4 hours. But if it's cold where you're at, check it in 8 hours. If it's not, it can sit overnight and the next morning check it. If it's not ready, leave it. It can sit there up to 3 days to get that culture going. It just depends upon the temperature in your house. But remember, in summer, I had a yogurt going. The whole thing, I checked it in 8 hours. It had gone bad because it was so hot in my kitchen. So in the summer, I check mine every 4 hours to make sure. But that's it. Now this yogurt, when it gets to that point, you stick it in the refrigerator. And when you need more yogurt, make sure you take a half a cup of that, warm up 3.5 cups of milk like I showed you, and go through this whole process again. And you can keep this buttermilk going. And you don't have to go to the store and waste the $5 for the buttermilk. You see, it adds up to pennies, and that's what we have to do today because the economy is a bit fluctuating right now, but it's settling, but not quite yet. Okay, so listen, all of you take care and have a great day.